So about a year and a half ago, I shared a video showing my parents' house in Sri Lanka being a work in progress. I'm happy to say that garnered a little bit of interest. So I'm really excited to kind of share this video where we're showing you the state of the house now, which is almost in a finished state. And before I start kind of give you the tour, I just want to say how proud I am of my parents for, because where I'm standing right now is where my mum grew up. This is her childhood home. And next door she's able to build a new house for that. Basically almost a retirement home, a house for her. And it's something quite special to be able to do that to where you pretty much grew up. So I just want to apologize in advance. I don't know how I'm going to structure the video. It's going to be a bit all over the place. I might include like snippets of the old video to compare and contrast, but and I don't know if I'm going to start on the outside or the inside. I don't know what's the most interesting, but essentially we'll just wing it and give it a go. So this is the old house. So when we got to Jaffna, which is the northern tip of Sri Lanka, we were staying here most of the time, and we were here for the first week we were in Jaffna before moving into the main house. And this also is my mother's childhood home, obviously refurbished, and it's owned by, I think, my auntie, who's sweeping the backyard right now. If you go down there, that's kind of like the main road. I say that in quotation marks, but if we turn around, you can see the driveway. It's not complete, still a work in progress, but here is the view of the house externally. And this is a power cable here, and something that's quite funny is that smaller cable is the fiber optic internet cable. So that's my connection to the outside world and work. It's through kind of like this fickle setup. So this is the front porch area, and I'm just going to lie, we're not going to start off with the interior, which I want to show you the well first. There's a bit of backstory. So today's Thursday. It's also my birthday. I turned 32, and we actually had a pongal on Monday, or pongal, like a housewarming ceremony. Well, actually on Sunday night we had a housewarming ceremony before actually moving in, because the week before we stayed at my auntie's house, which is across the fence. So with the ceremony on Sunday night, we actually blessed the well. So I want to show you the well first. So obviously a well is a hole in the ground. There's no infrastructure for water in Jaffna, I believe, so everyone has their own personal well, so you can't really see much. It's covered with this, like, for now, but inside there's the well, and I don't think you'll be able to see much in there. I don't know if you can see anything. There's actually 3 coconuts there, so eventually they'll turn to coconut trees. But we have a well, and there's a building next to it. You can see this 2-story building here. Let's get the exposure right. On the second layer here we have a pump. The pump actually takes the water from the well and stores it in a tank just above that. And that water is used for cleaning dishes, showering, toileting. Not drinking maybe just yet, but maybe not, never at all. But that's what the water will get used for. So we had why I'm showing this to you is we had a ceremony for this on Sunday night, and I'll kind of overlay some footage of that as well. Here are the remnants of the that festival. And then on Sunday night we had, Monday morning we had the actually housewarming ceremony. So you'll see the remnants of that, like with the leaves up here, especially the marking. So we'll have a look inside the house. I'm going to switch to a different lens, and like I said, I'm going to try and do my best to overlay the old footage and this new footage to kind of understand what's going on, so it makes sense. So I'm going to switch lenses now. Okay, now that I've switched lenses, hopefully it's just a bit easier to see what's in the house. So obviously still work in progress. That's a typical of any new house, right? Is work in progress, but especially so in Sri Lanka. So we got this is going to be paneling for the cabinets, which you'll see shortly. And this area was going to be like a sitting room, but we put garden chairs here for now. And what was here is actually now here. So this is the kind of a sitting area, and this is Sri Lankan made, I believe. This is locally made in Jaffna with teak wood. But a serious sitting area here, and we have the first bedroom. It's a bit dark, unfortunately. Obviously ceiling fan. Interesting bed placement. I'll just turn the light on. So, and this is the cabinet. So the wood panels you saw here would be the cabinets over here. And then we've got a dining room area, so same thing, locally made. And if I just bring the exposure down, this is the kind of the view that we get. So if I just bring the exposure down, so basically no neighbors behind us, just farmland. So you'll see that. I'll give you like an exterior view around the house, which I think is pretty cool. So the next part is the swami area, or like kind of like, I guess in every house in Sri Lanka, you have especially Hindu households, you have one area dedicated for kind of, I guess, worship, or it's like an auspicious part of the house. So a lot of you see the leaves up here. This is part of mostly from the housewarming ceremony that we had on Monday. And that was really cool, because what happened was imagine there was nothing here. We had the workers also come for the housewarming ceremony, and we kind of give them lunch as well. So that was pretty kind of cool to see. But I'll try and overlay some footage of the ceremony and what took place from what I got from what I was able to capture. But yeah, we'll have a look at this room here. So we'll go in here and bring the exposure up. So yeah, same thing, interesting bed placement. And that's the cabinet, that's where the cabinets will go. And here is the place of worship there. So we'll move on to is the bathroom, which is like a pretty interesting door. But you've got a bathroom here. And I can show you where so there's no, like I said when I was talking about the well, there's no infrastructure for water. Same thing goes with sewage. So I can show you where that ends up going. But this is the bathroom. It's locked. Oh, hello. This is the view from the side. So that was my uncle who basically project managed the entire house build while my parents and I were in New Zealand. But this is could be a room that you could sleep in potentially, but it's more, I don't know, if mum's cooking, preparing food, this is where she'll do some of the preparation. And obviously you got more storage here. Say hi, Dad. Oh, thanks. So this is like a second, I don't know what you call this, like a breakfast area, no fan, but this is like a breakfast area, I guess. If we have a table here, you can have breakfast, and this is like the kitchen. So this is like a wood fire stove. We would use it rarely, but you can actually light fires and cook stuff here. So we did that for the Bongol, which is really cool. Obviously gas way to cook things. And so this switch here, when you turn it on, that turns on the pump for the well, which is over here. So this will turn on the pump, and the pump would pump the water until the tank is full and then automatically turn off, from my understanding. Cool. And the last thing I wanted to show you is my room. So bed and a desk to do some remote work. So I'm really lucky to have that. And up here is the internet. I don't know if you can see there's a cable that goes across all the way to outside to where the power lines were. But we're lucky to have this set up. So if I get kind of a bit tired of New Zealand, I want to go somewhere, a bit of change of scenery, I can come here and essentially have the same working conditions. So I'm pretty lucky to have that. What I want to do now is I want to show you kind of the exterior of the house real briefly. So things are still in a work in progress. So things aren't going to be 100% complete. I mean, there's always going to be missing pieces, like for example. But that's just how it is. It's kind of funny, right? I work in software development, and when we ship things, we always ship things just good enough. I mean, where we work on it, even though when it's released to production, or kind of like how we moved in, there's always small tweaks that need to be made. So it's kind of fitting to be in that situation. But here we've actually planted some coconut trees. I'll show you them. So obviously a lot of landscaping work needs to be done. So remember I was talking about the bathroom. So this is the bathroom here. and this is where all the waste goes to. We've got septic tanks here, and I believe 3 septic tanks. You've got 1 main one, 2 overflows. And from my understanding, if you don't use harsh cleaning products to clean your toilet with, the bacteria can actually survive in the septic tanks, and it decomposes the waste, so you never ever have to, it won't overflow unless the bacteria, you use harsh products, the bacteria dies, then the waste doesn't decompose properly, then you get a backfill, and then when you get a backlog, someone has to come and actually clean out the sewage. I don't know if that's true or not, but that's what I was told. But yeah, 3 overflow tanks. And this here is a coconut tree. So remember the coconuts that you saw in the well? Well, my uncle and the temple that we went to that kind of blessed the house, we took a coconut from there, and we've planted 4 coconut kind of seedlings, or I don't know what you call them, but yeah, seedlings. So eventually, hopefully they'll grow to be just as big as these ones over here. So I guess that concludes the house tour. You could say I hope you enjoyed it. And once again, I just want to think it's so special to have this. I'm really proud of what my parents were able to achieve. Basically going, for my mum anyway, going to where you've just started. Now my parents aren't going to move here. I think what the goal would be is spend a few months in here, Jaffna. I'm here for just 3 weeks, but my parents will be here for 3 months, and then come back to New Zealand, and then come back here again. And they've obviously got a place to stay, so in a nice place too. And I can always come and visit. If I get tired of New Zealand, or not tired of New Zealand, but just want to change the scenery, I can come here, and you sort of get grateful for certain things. I'd say the power in Jaffna isn't 100% reliable, versus back at home, power is pretty reliable in New Zealand, so that's something I'm grateful for. But it's just that switch up is really nice to have, and yeah, it's been really great. Also the ceremonies as well, as seeing that, it was kind of really cool how the workers got involved as being part of the ceremony, which is something that's pretty cool to see. So yeah, I'm grateful to have this experience. And to you for getting this far in the video, I think it's absolutely awesome. I think you rock, because it shows that you got interest in something a bit different, right? It's not about, because if I were to do a house, show you a house that I built in New Zealand, it wouldn't be as interesting as this, I think. So yeah, I think it's quite cool that you're able to watch all this, and I hope you found it quite useful. And let me know if you think I should make more videos, because that's something I used to really enjoy, was making videos, although it was pretty laborious. I wasn't great at them, and I had limited success. They were fun to make, so I kind of want to start doing that all over again, just sharing my thoughts on camera like I did a year and a half ago, I guess. So yeah, hope you have a good day, and thanks for watching, and let me know what you think.